One's Wormhat. In this video, I just want to talk about Baphomet behavior and all Baffos the same, pretty much. And I didn't write this, but I want to read it just because I could connect with it. Just some super obvious water is wet things floating around in my head lately. Truth is truth, opinions don't matter, voting on what people feel should be the truth doesn't matter. Humans openly talk about truth, plain as day, matter of fact, no big deal. Baffos, so Baphomet, transgenders, they're not all transgender, but they're all evil. And the ones that aren't transgender all appear to be bio-female. And other than that, they're just all trannies. Baffos violently promote lies and scream about how retarded the truth is, then demand lots and lots of sodomy and eyeball mutilation in exchange for something a non-programmed human could have told you for free. Regular humans, when they find out the truth, at least speaking from my own perspective, I feel a need to shout it from the rooftops. I feel the need to point it out every time I see it. Oh, 33, oh, orange. I lived my life surrounded by people who knew the secret, who knew these little things, and not once did anybody pull me aside and say, hey, 33 orange, pay attention. So many opportunities for these people to not be a liar, club, tranny, and they would never tell the truth. The oaths that they take are just bigger than anything else. The secret to them is their whole life. Baffos constantly throw gang signs and make a big freaking huge point to wear black and white duality, orange, purple, and use trans, goat trans, and sodomy words instead of more sensible words. You'll see them stop and pause and then say a sentence that has a trans word in it, or talk about goats, or make some dumb 33 reference. And I guess just an interesting thing about orange and purple, you see it as a color combination together all the time, and it's not, they don't look good together. And just the colors orange and purple are very strange. Orange, they tell us about the royal connections, and it's the only color that's a fruit. And also purple, we have the royal connections, and both of these words, it's just kind of an off thing, but they don't have rhyming words. You know how that's kind of like a thing, that they don't have rhymes for them. And that's odd. English has so many rhyming words usually. And there's also jokes when you're young about, oh, orange, you glad I didn't say banana. Just a lot of orange and purple stuff, too much. And trannies, they love having orange to be their favorite color, where I don't think I've ever met a normal human that, oh, they love orange. Humans just kind of fidget and look around awkwardly, but pretend like nothing's bothering them. Baffos go crazy stalking and harassing humans for the heinous crimes of existing. Humans just try to hide from the Baffos, but get sniffed out and harassed some more. Oh yeah, hair. Baffos go bald or yank it out from some nervous habit. I think it's called like trichotillomania or something. I know inverts that do this. And inverts love bragging about anything, as long as they're talking about themselves. Even if inverts have bad things like horrible depression, bipolar disorder, things like that, pulling their hair out, they'll brag about it to you like it's something cool. Okay, and try a few different coping methods. They'll accept it, shave it completely bald, hush hush secret and cover with toupees, or have comb overs. A lot of people too, from the hormone abuse, they'll lose their hair. There's way too many people out there with alopecia, missing eyebrows, missing eyelashes, and it's from the hormone abuse. Children, a lot of childhood cancer is hoax, and they lose their hair from doing their hormone treatments, and they blame it on childhood cancer, and they take money from people. They do a hoax, getting money for the fake childhood cancer. There's even a weird Caillou. There's a weird children's show with a super bald Free Martin. Humans don't go bald. It's amazing how repulsive and foul baldness is. It really is. Baldness is a major, huge point of visceral repulsion for me, hairpiece or not. If there's a chrome dome hiding it under a toupee or hair plugs, doesn't matter. Bald is bald. My FTM dad kind of has this. It's like they get these receding hairlines that are so bald and shiny, but then they somehow have hair on their head still. and it's either a good-looking toupee or they get plugs. Very, very common. Bit of a selfish request, but also legit good talking point on its own, because you and I are kind of, so this person is just a friend of mine. Time and time again, over and over, shills would be nice to me, would kiss my ass, and try to be my BFF. No matter how nice and kind and giving and patient this friend of mine would be, the shills would usually ignore them or dismiss them or insult them. And shills would only be mean to me when I'm about to boot them and when I finally call them out. Because a lot of times, obvious trannies comment on my work, and I usually ignore it. But it's not until I turn on them and then say, hey, I know you're a tranny, then they start spazzing out on me. But this friend of mine, she used to comment on my videos, but when she would comment on my videos, people would leave really rude comments back to them. Or let's say she makes a reply to a comment on my video, the person who made the comment would turn around and say, stop replying to me, stop commenting to me. What? That's not how real humans interact. But if you're a normal human, you'll just be targeted everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, this was just a request to explain that if you're a real human and you have a real human friend, inverts might come up into that and try to cause a rift. And I've talked about this before in my videos. Me and my wife, I had an MTF best friend for a while, and this MTF would play, I just call it good tranny, bad tranny, would play good tranny with me, but then on the side when I wasn't there would be very rude and vicious to my wife. That's how they are. They act nice. They have their masks. They put on their nice mask when they're to you, but then they're just pure evil when they're around another human. So just some things talking about this. Impostor syndrome, it's when people feel like they're a fraud, and it's because everybody is a fraud. This whole earth is a big fraud. Everything that we build our life off of, it's a foundation of crap. And that's why you have to relearn everything, become a child again. You have to forget all that stuff, because you can't build the foundation of your life on lies. And I think that's just a big part of why there's so much imposter syndrome, because everything's built on lies. So nobody out there is having that authentic of an experience. Fake it till you make it is it's a big mantra of tranny land. It's all fake. The Three Musketeers, I'm not sure why there's three of them here, but it's just another tranny land mantra, all for one, one for all. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. They all are supporting one another first and foremost, and themselves. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. It's talking about the code of honor between all these evil people, that they're not going to rat one another out. They're going to pretend like they don't hear it. They're going to pretend like they don't see it, and they're not going to talk about it. Loose lips I like this one, might sink ships, because warfare is fake. Modern warfare is fake. So, but this is just another training land mantra. They don't handle rats. They don't handle people telling secrets. They would be snuffed out in an instant. Going to just the ugliness of baldness. It's a shame. It should be shameful. But in tranny land, they take shameful things and they try to turn it around. Anything that is tranny is going to be pushed as favorable. Oh, bald men are smarter and stronger and sexier. Yeah, right. Okay, this is what the back of an FTM's head looks like this. It's, they get doughy everywhere. I mean, usually they have like fat rolls back here, like a Shar-Pei, and they're not nearly bony enough. There's the man jaw on the right. Women find bald men more attractive. Yeah, right. They're gross. You can see the tea abuse in the eyes. They look sick, because they are sick. Whenever I think of baldness, there's this really bizarre children's show, or children's movie, Peanut Butter Solution. And I think that the reason that they talk about these things is because it's a big deal. It makes me think of witches, the Roald Dahl thing. Witches, they all were bald. They all took off their wigs. That was the first thing that they did when they shut all the humans out of the room. The first thing they did was take off their wigs. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 18, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads. This movie was about this child got scared so badly that their hair disappeared. That kind of reminded me of this. Horror shall cover them, and then it talked about baldness. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of girdle a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomach a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 4, neither filthiness nor foolish talking nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. So just to change a little bit, one thing that people bring up every once in a while is, isn't this a lot of effort to be a tranny, to lie all the time? Yeah, it is a lot of effort. It's very not convenient. The Bible talks about things that are not convenient. Keeping all these secrets, it's not very convenient. Living your life as a lie, having to keep all your things straight, not being able to sleep at night because you know that you're a fraud, it's not very convenient. I don't know if I have the verse in here, but they also talk about this in the famous verse that people always bring up for homos, men sleeping with men, women with women. They also talk about turning over to things that are not convenient. And I can't think of anything more inconvenient than being one of these Baffo trannies. As above, so below, blue-red reference. Shh, don't tell. Secret, a song by Adam Sandler. Another thing that was mentioned, Baphomets are sodomites. I know so many Baphomets that they talk about hemorrhoids, they have bags under their eyes. These are the things that they need to do to be illuminated. Just look at them, they're ugly and wretched, and that's just the truth. They often are missing an eye for a reason. So many people are missing eyes and you don't even know it, because prosthetic eyes are very, very realistic looking. You would have to sit there and watch them and notice, oh, one of your eyes seems off. But some of them just show it like this. Some of them are proud to show off that they've blinded themselves for the cult. Conor McGregor, big time sodomite. That's what this back tattoo represents. They do ritual sodomy, and they think that it shoots something up their spine and then illuminates them. It's some strange satanic sodomy ritual. That's what that back tattoo represents. And I'll just end it here, because there's certain things that, just another thing that you know about humans and Baphomets, they'll say things that are so vile, so disgusting, and regular humans just don't cross that line. Especially free martins are just nasty, because in their mind that's like manly to be nasty. But I'm talking about things like, even if I really don't like somebody, even if I hate somebody and they're being a tranny and coming to my page and leaving hate, the worst thing that I'll do is I'll just try to blast them with the truth. I'll say, I know you're a tranny, you're an ugly tranny. Okay, those are just truthful statements. But I'll never say something like this. This is the type of stuff that trannies leave me comments. You filthy K-word. People like you are cursed for a reason. Oh, what is that? People like me? I don't even talk like that about the trannies, right? Because I still hold out hope that some of them had no choice in the matter, but they're good people, and I still have hope for that. And I don't hold my breath, but I don't speak to them like this. This is just a way that trannies speak to regular humans. They'll tell you to kill yourself. That's not something that regular humans mess around with. They joke about satanic things. They joke about, we don't joke about it. Ye shall know them by their fruits. You need to just understand how to spot these people through their actions, and actions speak louder than words a lot of times, right? All right. Well, I think that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. God bless everybody.